So it all happened to us at one point in our life. Things start getting wrong, and then more wrong, wrong, and we get down to this downward spiral, which never seems to be ending. And so that's what I want to talk about today, since I kind of get this feeling, even though that I'm very far from having my life falling apart, but I want to address that, and also why that might be the case, why that happened, because there is something under the hood that might be the trigger for that. Sometimes it's just the way it is, but other times there is something deeper that within you that is at work here. And also, that's really that, and I'm going to share with you what to do in order for you to actually get out of it. So, first thing first is understanding what can cause this issue. Because we have this downward spiral here. And what we want to do is actually, the first most important thing to actually do is stop that spiral at some point. You want to break that cycle. Actually, you want to break it. So you don't fall further than that. And so the best way that I found to do it is generally to step back. Just stop. Whatever you do. Because generally speaking, this is so I'm going to talk about the what can trigger that in the first place, what is the starting point here. But you need to understand the dynamic that is happening here. Is you are in a rush of doing things, and things start getting wrong, and that's you have this momentum that is going in the wrong direction. And so before you can actually reverse it to get this upward spiral, which is ideally what we want, you need to stop it. And to stop it, you need to break the momentum in some way, shape, or form. And so, for instance, I'm going to take the example of me. I started feeling that things weren't going that way. The video that I did yesterday just got 0 views, no impression. So it gave me a feeling inside that I was really hungry about, annoyed about that. Then when I went training golf, it didn't go really as expected, even though I had few understanding and so on. But see, that's really and then later I played chess before going to see where I start losing a bunch of game and so on. You start building that negative momentum. And what is even more interesting is all of those could have been, especially my golf sessions. This is where it objectively wasn't that bad, but because I was in a negative mindset, I perceive it as bad. And it just kept going and so on. And this morning I just got someone knocking on my doors to give me a bill that I wasn't expecting, and I just feel that okay, everything is kind of falling apart for some reason and so on. And so that was when I realized this. I had 2 options this morning. I could either just try to push through hard, but this only accelerates the momentum, because when you are putting more energy, more input into what you do, you just increase the current momentum that you have. And at the moment, my momentum is kind of getting like that. Even though that's recent, it's kind of getting like that. So what you want to do is break that. So I decided, you know what? No, I am not going to push hard. That's why I make that video. Actually, I did it. Actually, I did the beginning much better than what I wanted. I just wanted to make a chill video. Just, you know what? I need to make a video anyway, and this is what is happening to me. So I might as well just hit record and do it, but without putting more pressure on myself, because this is a way to break. Because also, so let's talk about why it started, because I believe that's kind of the core thing that is happening here. Why it starts is, with generally, I believe that's kind of an upper limit issue, which I don't remember the author, but in the book The Big Leap, it talks a lot about that. Is when you reach a certain level of success, you feel so much uncomfortable that you start self-sabotaging yourself. And I believe this is, at least for me, but a lot of times that can happen also like that. Is the reason why you are getting down the spiral is subconsciously you think you don't deserve to be high. You think you deserve to be low. And so you're just, everything that is happening to you, without even realizing it, you're self-sabotaging yourself, and you're getting deeper and deeper and deeper into that hole. And that's why I say you need first to stop. Because if you just keep going, you will dig that hole until you get broke or die. So, and generally speaking, that doesn't happen, because once what happens is you will get as low as you are comfortable to be. And once you reach a level where you are comfortable, you will stop self-sabotaging yourself. But that's not a very good and efficient way to actually go about life, and especially if you're a high achiever like me, or high performer, and you want to achieve a great thing in life. Every time you reach a goal, you cannot get down that much. You just need to find a way to stop those when they happen, so you can keep going, keep moving forward. And that's mainly the issue here, because it starts with something that maybe I don't deserve it. Maybe that's not for me. Maybe every self-doubt deep down, that you think maybe I'm an imposter. Maybe I haven't worked hard enough to deserve what I got, and so on. And then you are going to start this diagonal spiral and so on. And what's funny to me is, I believe the trigger. I know exactly what the trigger was for me. See, I'm changing my car, because my parents need a car for their secondary house, because the one that they used actually broke down, and so they need a new car. But I said to them, you know what? I'm probably going to change my car somewhere this year and so on. That's stupid to just buy a new car. I'm just going to give you my old car, and I'll have a new one. And so we very kindly, they proposed to me to just give me let me borrow them money, so I can buy the new car now, and I will just give them their money back later when I do have the finance and so on. And so, and the car that I found, the very first feeling that I got when I entered that car was, I don't deserve that good of a car. That was kind of a weird feeling. It's just that, I mean, it just, my parents give me a specific amount of money. This car is just a little bit above, not much, but just a little bit above. And so I had to put money from my own pocket to get that car, which is actually the car that I'm going to get. But what is funny is the trigger was when I entered that car. Of course, I loved it, because otherwise I won't say that I don't deserve that car. But that was kind of the issue here. And so initially I wanted to just fly away from that, get as far away from that car as possible, because I don't deserve it. I really love it, but I don't deserve it. And so, but eventually, you know what? Letting a little bit of time pass, I decided that's the car I want. Okay, fine. I'm going to get it. And so I think the paperwork I think 2 days ago, and so I decided to buy that car. And I believe that's kind of maybe the trigger point here. Very subtle, but still here, that say, okay, I am not at a level of success that I'm already comfortable with. So then, with golf and so on, also I start making some really interesting progress. I had a breakthrough yesterday evening during the session, despite the fact that I'm thinking it's not that good of a session. But and so it triggered also the fact that I'm start reaching a level of success I'm not comfortable with, and so things start getting wrong. And what's funny is, I don't believe that much about the law of attraction and so on, but what's funny to me is that this morning, for something that is completely outside of my control, someone knocked on my door for a bill that I wasn't expecting that add up to my downward spiral. And that's a heavy bill. That's not a light bill. So yeah, and so even if yesterday I already started feeling that downward spiral to start ramping up slowly but surely with the video on this channel that didn't get any views and the chess where I just kept on playing and losing, and I was very upset about that just before going to sleep. And then that this morning, I mean, that's just so obvious. And that's also the reason why I want to talk about that is also for you to become aware of that, because the first thing that you want to do to be able to break that cycle is becoming aware. And that's what I'm trying to do with that video. It actually really anchoring to myself the awareness that I am trying to self-sabotage myself at the moment. So I need to take it slow, chill a little bit, step back. And this is also that you don't want to put more energy into something that is going down. You want to put more energy into something that is going up for sure. And so that's why at the moment when I'm thinking to myself, you know what, okay, chill. You're just gonna do what you do usually. You just do your daily routine. You don't push yourself too hard. Even chill back a little, but take it easy. That's okay. That's okay to take easy right now, because if you push too hard, you will keep going down. So you want to change that to do a good momentum starting next week, okay? So we are in the weekend, Sunday, Saturday. I've put a lot of things that I need to get done with my business, so I'm still going to get it done. But and you see, I'm not going to change that much my day. It's just the pressure that I'm putting on my mind. I'm just going to release it. Just chill, step back, chill, relax. And so I'm going to get things done, but really trying to keep in my mind the idea to not putting too much pressure on myself, because that's also that here when you're in that downward spiral, it's like you're putting even more and more pressure. You reach a level of success that is not comfortable for you, then you put an insane amount of pressure because you think, okay, if that's not the level of success that I deserve, I need to be more tense, I need to put more pressure, more tension into actually staying where I am, because I'm probably not going to be able to stay there if I don't. That's kind of the belief that start rising up at that moment. But that tension is actually the thing that is going to start the downward spiral. And so what you want to do is, you don't have to change anything of what you're actually doing on a daily basis, but just the way you treat yourself, just the way you think about yourself, just release that tension. If you are there, if you have reached that level of success, it's not because of it's because of the work you're putting in. It's because you actually deserve it. And so take that in, chill, put less pressure on yourself, and just keep going. Keep doing the same thing you are already doing, because this is what leads you to there. You don't have to change anything. Just relax and keep going. Thanks you for watching.